guys have done it again, introducing Coley AI. It's just as simple as you typing in something and the creation comes to life right before your eyes. And look, it's available to you right now. Click the link at the top line of the description box right now. This is the most amazing app ever. Try it now. Out for the greatest rapper. Starting yesterday, it was announced that Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show headed up by Jay-Z. And a lot of people in New Orleans started going crazy. I got a quote from Master P, a quote from Boosie, but I'm going to start with Cameron because Cameron, he and May said something on their show today. We'll play that, then we'll get to the other responses, and we'll talk about this today.
Of this generation, period. Hate this election. It's in New Orleans. You don't get Lil Wayne. That's what we doing?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't get Lil Wayne in New Orleans for the
Hot
Super
Boys.
Bowl. Not just Hot Boys, Cash Money. All the songs Lil Wayne's done, whether it's Blink 182, there's no reason why Lil Wayne should not be performing the Super Bowl. It's one person who's stopping this. I know, it's not really a secret. Lil Wayne had a problem with somebody before who's kind of part of the organization running it. This is payback. Who's that? Who's Lil Wayne artist? Drake.
Yeah,
this is
hating at this age is crazy.
It's crazy, bro. Bro, it's ridiculous. Like Mike, there's some hip hop shit that you probably don't know what's going on. To be totally honest with you, so we'll school you behind the scenes. Lil Wayne not to be performing in New Orleans for the Super Bowl is egregious. And it gotta stop. It gotta stop. Mike will tell you what's going on later. It gotta stop, bro. It gotta stop, man.
Yeah, and I'm doubling down on that. Hating at this age is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I love Lil Wayne.
It's wild, bro.
Man. I work with Lil Wayne. I love him. Great dude. Great dude.
And this has nothing towards Kendrick. If anybody deserved it, Kendrick deserved it. But there's some backstory shit going on.
Yeah.
While Lil Wayne is not performing the Super Bowl.
All right, Sam, man, that's Cameron. Backing him up. We'll start. We'll do one at a time. We'll do the Cameron. We'll jump to Master P, Boosie. What's your thoughts on that one?
On what Cam? See, man, it's the thing, right? Because it's a narrative. Now it's a narrative running that Jay-Z. There was this underhanding thing, but and you may be right, Cameron. You may be correct. You were around these people far more than any of us. Far more than my cousin and I have been, right? But let me look at some numbers because since Jay-Z took over the halftime show in 2019, right? Super Bowl in 2019, because I got it all listed right here. That was in Atlanta. Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy performed in that. So shout out to Big Boy, Atlanta native. 2020, it was Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, Jay Blavin, and Emmy Munez. That was in Miami. Then we got the Weekends from Canada, right? Yeah, that was in Tampa. 2022 is what they're alluding to. What everybody's going crazy about, the whole West Coast homage that they paid homage to the West Coast artists when it was in LA. 2023 was Rihanna in Arizona. Correct me if I'm wrong, old guy, but I don't think Rihanna's from Arizona. And then finally we got Vegas. Last year we had Usher and Alicia Keys. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Alicia Keys is from New York. Usher's from Atlanta. So it's this narrative going on that Jay-Z, since taking over, has paid homage to every city by putting on their artists in every city, which ain't the case at all. So we can't sit back and go, okay, because he did it for the West, he's supposed to do it for New Orleans. I understand what they're saying, and I'm not saying they don't have a grievance, but to act like there's this undermining thing to deliberately keep Lil Wayne out because of the beef and all this, I think it's nonsense, bro. But what's your thoughts?
Nah, first of all, I want to say, man, I love New Orleans. Beautiful city, beautiful people. But they crying, and the artists are crying at this point because what obligation does Jay-Z have to you? None at all. He has no obligation to you guys. Now, if you're asking me, if that was me, yeah, I'm gonna rock with New Orleans and put New Orleans artists on if I was doing it. But I ain't Jay-Z, and I don't have control over the NFL, halftime show. So he's gonna we could say Chris Brown should have been in there this year. We can go down a list of people that should be there. But it's his choice. It's like when you have a choice to do something. Are you including Jay-Z? I guarantee you, if they had New York, they wouldn't put Jay-Z in the shit. If one of them dudes, Master P, Cameron, and one of them other people was running that shit, they'll put who the hell they want to put in there. So it's like, I get it. I agree with you, but he's his own man, especially if I got an issue with you. I'm not throwing you no damn alley-oops.
Right.
Why would I do that? I'm not going to help you out just because you're from somewhere. We've been beefing. We've been going back at each other's throat. Nah, I don't have a problem with Kendrick doing it. And Kendrick, we crying. The show ain't even happened. Kendrick mess around and might just get in the alley-oop. Who knows? I ain't saying he gonna put Wayne in there, but he may put Master P, them other cats in there. Anybody that's not attached to Drake, he may still do it. So we just gotta wait and see. But I am a Cameron, obviously got a little bit of inside information. I thought Hov was your man. So I don't know, but look, Boosie spoke up. We'll get to that when you get finished, and Master P also spoke up. So whenever you get ready, we'll jump, into their responses as well.
Yeah, and I want to. Matter of fact, let's get to their response before I ask you a question, because I got a question about Kendrick in particular being in this year's halftime show.
No, wait, let's do that first. So
All right, so let me ask you this, because Kendrick being the halftime show is interesting, given everything he just went through with Drake. He's about to play Not Like Us in front of millions of people. That shit's about to go crazy, right? And even now, Kendrick is still throwing in the promotion of the Super Bowl little shots at Drake. So do you think, in your opinion, it was deliberate? Because in my opinion, I don't think it had anything to do with Wayne being snubbed. I don't think that it was anything personal in that regard. But Kendrick being that Super Bowl entertainment is interesting, because do you think that kind of serves as a little bit of a jab towards Drake from a Jay-Z, in your opinion?
But did Jay-Z and Drake ever have issues? I don't know if they really had issues like that.
Nah, I don't know.
Like
everybody fucking had issues with Drake that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, I think that could be the case, but I think honestly it's just maybe something I don't know. But I think that Jay-Z is just going with it's like the perfect scenario at this point. You know what I'm saying? This dude is got the hottest song in the world right now, the hottest rapper in the game. It just makes sense to put him on the Super Bowl halftime show. Like, who else would you put there at this point? Nobody's just hot. No song is just hot. It's broken mad records. I don't think it got nothing to do with the Drake beef. Maybe it does. Maybe he's, playing that game, the 2 laws of the 48 laws of power or whatever, befriending one enemy to kill another enemy. I don't know. I don't know what's really going on, but hey, when I seen it, I was excited to see it. And Kendrick gonna bring people with him. And I guarantee you Kendrick gives some New Orleans artists some alley-oops. But we'll see. Maybe not.
But see, oh God, that's where the homage is typically paid, because you have that international artist, or that artist that's going to bring that global star power to the stage, bring eyes to the TVs during a halftime show, because they ultimately want the eyes to stay on that network during the performance. And they typically bring somebody from there to pay homage. That's where we see it. And we know, as talented of an artist as Kendrick is, and as aware as he is of hip hop and its history and its genre, you already know it's something in line. Now, maybe it's not Wayne. Maybe it is Wayne. Maybe it is Master P. Maybe it is the Hot Boys. We're not going to know until the night of the show. We're going to be able to speculate, talk about it. And if it's not after, maybe we can kind of draw our inferences and things like that. But we don't, that's where it's paid. And we don't know about those special guests until the actual show. So I think people need to pump their brakes and take their time before they go off and jump off the bridge on who's headlining the show. Let's wait and see who's going to be there. Because most times that's the dope part. Yo, you see who came out? That's the part we're excited about. So wait and see on that, man.
Yeah. Now, Boosie, he said, all y'all acting cool with how they playing it for real. Super Bowl, shaking my head. The most cultural city in the U.S., New Orleans. It's a smack in the face to every hip-hop legend from Louisiana. He tagged Master P, Birdman. This shows they never wanted y'all to kick in the door in the first place, because they still trying to lock it in. Super Bowl 22 was in Cali, and Cali artists was involved to do their thing. It was a great show, but now it's in Louisiana, and no Louisiana legends can't do their thing. I don't respect it. And then Master P went on to say, I have to agree with fans. Lil Wayne should be a part of this. Kind of what we got. We kind of touched on that already, but coming from Boosie, he's saying the same. But you already kind of broke it down about how Cali was the only place where where it was like Cali artists, but every other city he didn't have it. Those artists from that city. So, what's your thoughts on Boosie?
I think he's in his feelings. I like exactly how you started. I think it's some people in their feelings, and Boosie, just probably the only one he really remembers is the one where all the West Coast artists came out and did their thing. People kind of talked about that as being maybe one of the most iconic Super Bowl halftime performances that we ever seen. I disagree wholeheartedly, but a lot of people said it.
Right.
So he's all in his feelings and thinking that New Orleans got disrespected and jumping the gun. You don't know what's going to happen. It does. What I don't believe is just because it's in New Orleans, because it's been in New Orleans millions of times prior to this, that it has to be exclusively a New Orleans halftime hip hop show. I don't agree with that one bit, and I don't want to see that, to be perfectly honest with you. I like the fact that we got some current today now star power to go out there and do the thing, and not like Wayne is not a global icon, a global superstar, but we're bridging gaps between generations, and this may be a heavy debate, but I think Kendrick Lamar is a little more known to the newer generation than a Lil Wayne is. Now you talk about 01, 04, 2010, 2015, but we in 2024 now. So
but you hit the nail on the head, because it's like, why it was in the Super. New Orleans had a Super Bowl millions of times. So why are they holding Jay-Z to this standard?
Always.
Why are you holding them to the standard? You ain't holding white folks to that standard when it was in New Orleans. You ain't knocked down whoever was the head of that the NFL halftime show at that point and say, how come you ain't put New Orleans artists on? Why are you doing it to Jay-Z? Why should Jay-Z owe you anything?
Word.
Why? Because he's in hip-hop? What the hell do that mean? This is a dog eat dog thing, hip-hop. People cutting each other's throats to get to here. Ain't no homage. Ain't no love really there like that. So why do Jay-Z got to show y'all love? When did y'all show him love? And I don't want to make it a North versus South thing, and I don't think it's nothing like that. But that's what Boosie's kind of trying to take it there. Like, it's the same old, they ain't never wanted to kick in the door. And like, come on, bro.
It ain't that deep.
It ain't that deep, bro. People from North welcomed y'all with open arms, bro. Maybe not at first. It was a little because we thought y'all was, shit was corny. But once, it got elevated to another level, we welcomed y'all with open arms. Y'all come up here with open arms, get bags and all that. So I don't get it, bro. It's weird, man.
And we missing something. It's no disrespect on New Orleans artists, no disrespect on New Orleans hustle. I just didn't. I was kind of surprised at the backlash and the outrage, and it's coming from a lot of people. I'm shocked to see. I don't know why it was so expected that because it was in New Orleans this year for some whatever reason, and we seen it years ago happen in LA, not last year, years ago now, that it was automatically assumed that it was going to be a New Orleans dominated event. I just don't understand that. I don't understand where it came from. It kind of just brings the circles back to this whole social media thing and orchestrated and just just fake caring about shit. Like, oh, y'all just want to have an uproar about this. Y'all still gonna watch the game. Ain't nobody going boycott shit.
Right.
Super Bowl, 50, whatever, in New Orleans is gonna be sold out. That show's gonna be crazy. No one's gonna boo Kendrick Lamar that night. But I'm sure there'll still be some people to complain and cry about it. And I don't know. I think it was just much to do about nothing, to be honest with you. I didn't see anything, but it's something to talk about. So people talking about it.
Yeah, just because he did it for one place don't mean he got to do it for everywhere. It'll be nice, but the man can do whatever he wants. I mean, the social justice thing is dead at this point. It's all about entertainment, but that's a whole another topic for a whole another day.
Yeah, wait, social what? I thought he was in there to do the halftime show. Shit, he's entertainment.
We gonna call it that original statement. It was a little bit more than that, but hey, we'll leave it. We'll let Jay-Z slide on that one.
I was a long guy. Shit, graduated. That was 6 years ago. Nah, he ain't think about that no more.